Hey, this is Taylor here at Truck World RVA. Today we're going to take some time and look at this 2015 Ram 5500. A little under 211,000 miles on it. It's a two-wheel drive truck powered by the Cummins 6.7 turbo diesel. Made it to the Aisin automatic transmission. Has an 11-foot Titan 38 Autocrane service body on it, put together by Adkins down in Charlotte, North Carolina, with an HC8 Autocrane, 8,000 pound maximum lifting capacity, two-stage hydraulic extension out to just a little over 20 feet of total reach. Truck has hydraulic outriggers, a tow hitch receiver. The rear vise currently does not work. We have a new rear vise that we're going to mount here on the bumper. Has a waste oil tank in the bed, mount up here for your welder. Master slide lock to lock all the bins all the way down at once. Work lighting throughout, interior compartment lighting as well as exterior work lighting, hydraulic air compressor, and a couple sets of drawers inside the service body. This is a one-owner, fleet-owned truck, came to us from down south. There's no rust really to speak of on the truck. Now in the first half of the video, I'm going to go through inside all the compartments. We'll look underneath the truck as well, inside the cab. My goal here is to point out any cosmetic imperfections the truck has. I'm going to try to be as thorough and transparent as possible. I'd like for expectations and reality to perfectly align, so I want you to see everything on the truck beforehand, before coming to look at it in person, so you know exactly what you're looking at when you do come to see the truck in person. So again, no rust on any of the frame, cab, underside of the bed. All rust-free underside of the bins, up inside all the compartments. Very clean from a rust perspective there. You have Michelin drives on the back. We did not put those on. They still had plenty of tread depth remaining. It does have new Falcon steer tires on the front. As you saw, plenty of rock chips along the front edge of the service body, as well as a spot of paint failure here down on the bottom part of the driver one compartment, and some more paint failure along the bottom sill there. This is not a bed that we've sandblasted and repainted, so the factory paint is still intact and does have some rock chipping and scratches. Top of the cab and all the way down are clean. You have just some grease here that we will get wiped off. Then a couple rock chips on the corner of the door. Overall, the driver's side of the cab is clean. A little bit more. You can just see where that paint is rubbed off on the door sill there. Two sets of keys, one set of keys for the service body, latches, power locks, power windows, and cruise control. Steering wheel controls. Passenger seat is free of any rips or tears. A little bit of wear in the center console lid where you sit your elbow when you drive. The driver's seat has a little bit of wear on the seat back, some staining and some wear there. Little hole push through right there. The seat bottom is in good shape. Some staining on the headliner, just some normal grease staining that we see in pretty much all of these trucks. But again, overall, considering the age and miles, the interior is in fairly good condition, pretty clean throughout. Couple rock chips here on the driver fender. And then again, brand new steer tires just installed. They're Falcons. Both sides are matching. Now, if you'd like a full list of any work just performed to this truck prior to us offering it for sale, I'll have a write-up on my website with all the service just performed. We use all OEM parts. Anything that we find that needs addressed, we take care of. And I can send you copies of receipts for all parts and labor that just went into the truck. Some more rock chips here along the front edge of the hood. Then the front bumper as well does not have any damage to it, no dents or dings, but it does have just some scattered rock chips on it. Now in the second half of the video, I will do a cold start on the truck, take it down the road for a quick drive. We'll look at the engine. I'll run the crane, the compressor, show you all the body lighting on the truck. That's just some grease right there. But again, if you need any additional photos, videos, or information, you can call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. I'm happy to send you more close-up pictures or videos of anything that we cover. Here in this video, you can see some more paint damage here along the bottom, the passenger side. This bottom corner is pushed in a little bit, and then again, you have rock chips all the way up the front side of that bin. Inside of here is the tools to take the simulators off the front. Now it's a Titan 38 Autocrane service body. Again, factory paint intact, so you'll see some rock chips and areas of paint failure all around in different spots. This first compartment here is your torch bottle compartment. So on the right hand side, you have your D-rings to strap down your torch bottles. Drops down a little bit here to accommodate torch height bottles, and then over here on the left hand side, 3 total sets of shelves. Interior tabs, so you can move these shelves up and down or add shelves if you'd like. Now all the doors close, latch, lock, and seal as they should. The bins are watertight. We've tested all the latches. They all operate off the same key. So the same key that I have for the service body will lock and unlock all the door latches. A little bit of surface rust here in this bottom corner. Kind of a moisture trap here on this fender. Water just gets stuck there and rust the exterior of the paint. 3 more sets of shelves inside of this compartment here. Here's a shot of the bed tag. The bed and the truck have always been together. The year date on the bed is pretty much the same as the truck. Open compartment here, no shelves inside of this one over the passenger wheel well. Another area of paint failure here, some miscellaneous chips kind of all along this door, as well as on the back side of this compartment. Now inside the crane compartment, you have your diaphragm transfer pump here. You have 1 tank in the back. You can either empty or fill. The quick connect hose is in the bed of the truck. Railcraft hose reel that's routed outside to the back of the compartment here. Your air regulator and dryer up there, and then your factory wireless remote for the crane. Again, it's an HC8, so it's an 8,000 pound capacity, 21-foot 2-stage hydraulic extension. Master slide locks on the back. You can push these in and lock the entire side all the way down at once. Again, you have rear work lights, interior work lights, so a lot of work lighting all the way around. As I mentioned earlier on in the video, that vise does not work, but it will be replaced with a working vise. Wilton tow hitch receiver, bunch of rock chips and areas of bed liner kind of peeling up along the rear bumper. Bunch of rock chips on the tailgate. Inside of the bed, you have your waste oil tank, 1 top mounted box for extra storage. Again, you do have a welder mount up here as well as a some brackets to put welder leads on, so it is set up to accept a welder. Unfortunately, I don't have any surplus welders lying around. Seems like people are keeping those on their trucks, swapping them over. I'm seeing a lot less welders come through. We can price a new welder if you'd like to add that on. Just let me know and we can get a price on that for you. Driver rear compartment, 3 more sets of shelves. A couple more areas down here of paint failure. These are just grease marks here on the bed. Again, you have 1 scratch here, a chip here, some chips here. One wide open compartment here over the driver wheel well. Again, you have this extra top mount box here for additional storage that can be easily removed if you don't want it. Hydraulic air compressor here. In the second half of the video, we'll run through that. 1 full set of Adkins style custom drawers inside the driver 2 compartment. Now again, Adkins is a bodybuilder out of Charlotte, North Carolina. If you're not familiar with them, they build their own beds. They're also a distributor for a couple different crane and body manufacturers. They do make their own drawers. One thing that's nice about Adkins is they're really easy to deal with. So if you ever need parts or support or extra drawer sets, they can take care of you pretty quickly. I've had a lot of good experiences with them over the years. You have some more chips on the edge of this driver 1 door, another big chip up here. Another large set of drawers. That about wraps up the cosmetic portion of this demo video. Once again, if you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. I'm going to hop in the truck and take it for a quick drive, and then we'll run all the equipment on it. $210, $290 on the miles, 5605 idle hours, 5360 drive hours. Again, this truck has been fully serviced. It's turnkey, ready to work. If you'd like copies of any of the work just performed on the truck prior to us listing it for sale, call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. I can send you over parts and labor receipts for all the work just performed. We use all OEM parts when reconditioning our trucks. Anything we find that needs addressed, we take care of. Looks like I'm stuck behind a lawnmower. I'm going to loop around up here and then we'll run it back in the cul-de-sac. AC is nice and cold. You do have the factory exhaust brake as well, right there. Exhaust brake works well. I'm going to back it up. We'll take a look at the engine, then we'll run the crane and the compressor. very minimal blow by. Now for the lighting on the truck, you have the top mounted strobe. All these lights are controlled off the upfitter switches inside of the cab. All the compartments have interior LED strip lighting. Every single compartment has it. Two rear mounted LED floodlights. Two more LED floodlights mounted in the headache rack up by the strobe. And then again, interior LED compartment lights inside all the service body compartments. PTO switch is on in the cab. The truck idles up when you cut the PTO switch on. The outriggers could use a little grease. We will grease these. Now you had a diverter valve on the truck, so in the back position here, sends the hydraulic flow to the outriggers. You push this up to divert the flow to the crane. The crane is run off a factory wireless remote. Each button controls the speed of whatever operation you're choosing. So it's individually proportioned off the button of the operation you're choosing. Most of what I'll do here will be full speed operation. There is no pulley block on the end of the crane currently, but I do have a pulley block to put on. That's another thing I'll do after I shoot this video. So right now it's just that single line with the hook. But again, I do have a pulley block we'll put on, and we'll do double line on this. You also do have boom tip lighting on the end of the crane head as well. I'm going to unhook this and then I'll run it out to its full extension. Again, it's a two-stage extension out to 21 feet of maximum reach. Inner boom is clean down both sides. We'll take a look at that closer once I get it all the way out. That's its full extension. Plenty of thickness left in the wear pads for both the first extension and the final extension. All the functions operate smoothly. Winch line on the crane is brand new. little bit of slop in the rotation bearing. Nothing out of spec. It just has a little bit of movement once you stop rotating it. Again, you can really control the speed off the buttons. I can ease it over like so and set it down nicely in the cradle. The compressor as well is run off the factory remote. You can hit the aux button right here and the compressor will pop on. Again, your air is routed out through the back of the bed from this Reelcraft hose reel right there. Builds up to about 150 psi. You have your air tank drain down here. Cuts back on. And again, to turn that off, hit the button on the remote, and then you can drain the air. Now to put the outriggers back up, switch the diverter back over again. We'll suck those in. Come back to the remote. Turn the engine off. You can also turn the engine back on from the remote. So one thing to note, it's the engine stop, doesn't do anything. The on and off is off the engine start. So once again, 2015 Ram 5500, Cummins powered truck, two-wheel drive, a little under 211,000 miles. Has an Autocrane HC8, hydraulic compressor, hydraulic outriggers, couple sets of drawers. Really nicely equipped truck all the way around. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487.